श्रीमत्पतञ्जलिमहामुनये नमः। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं। हरिः ओम्।
Bellur is a small village in Kolar district of Karnataka. It is located at a distance of 14 kilometers from Kolar and 55 kilometers from Bengaluru, the capital of Karnataka. The village Bellur is surrounded by rocky hills of Kolar and lush green fields and trees. Bellur was an Agraharam, a colony of Brahmins. Agraharam is a garland of houses, beautifully built in straight rows alongside the road of temples running north to south, at one end of which would be a temple of Shiva and the other end would be a temple of Vishnu. With Brahmins taking up professions in urban areas and some migrating abroad, Agraharams are now vanishing fast. Belur today consists of over 500 houses with an average population of 2,000 people in the village. The world-renowned Yogacharya BKS Iyengar was born on 14th of December 1918 at this very house of his paternal aunt. He was born to a school headmaster, Sri Krishnamachar, and his wife, Seshamma.
Guruji's father, Krishnamacharya, was a headmaster in the school. And after his retirement, he stayed for a while in Belur, just for some few months. So Guruji spent about his 8 years in Belur. After that, they came to Bangalore, where I think my grandfather was working as an accountant to a Muslim shop, in a Muslim shop for a few months. And he developed, according to my father, he developed a stomachache. So according to my father, he had appendicitis or something like that. It's not known. And he just succumbed to death during his illness. And my grandmother, she lived for a long time. And they lived in Bangalore for a long time. My father left to his sister's place because his brother-in-law, that is P. Krishnamacharya, called him to Mysore. So my father went to Mysore and he learnt yoga there, as all of you know. I did not go into details about it. And then when he came back to Hubli, and from Hubli he came to Pune, but my father had always a contact with my grandmother. So he used to send her money, whatever he used to earn here, he used to send the money to my grandmother for her betterment, for her medicine, for whatever she wants. The thing is that, which my aunt has told, that is my father's younger sister, that my grandmother was very fond of pickles. And it was always when my father used to send the money order, my aunt used to go to the market, buy the lemons, and she used to like lemon pickle only. So make them lemon pickle, and she used to have with her, whatever food she used to have it, she used to have the pickle. And she was very much fond of pickle. And another thing, my grandmother was very, she liked to have her photographed all the time. So it was my father used to have a camera. So whenever he used to go to Bangalore, along with his camera, and used to take lots of photographs. So we have my grandmother's photographs, lots of photographs in our house. I think it is in Pune if you can find out.
Destiny took Sundararaja to Pune when he was 18. He practiced and taught yoga in Pune, and his reverent practice and devotion for yoga made him world-renowned Yogacharya of his times. Though he was in Pune, he never forgot his birthplace, Bellur.
First time maybe around early 60s. Because whenever we came to Bangalore, we made it a point to visit Belur to see, being the birthplace of Guruji. And at that time there was no plan of bringing school, etc. But that we had visited. So in childhood, my first visit to Bangalore, I remember, is around 60, 61. I don't remember anything before that. But then we would be coming here. Every visit to Bangalore, we would visit by Belur and go away. And then whenever we went to Tirupati, this is the route. So we would be stopping here, just take a walk through the village and go. Umpteen number of times we have come to.
Some day, I don't know, it was in 60s, early 60s. I think Guruji went to Belur and he found out that the students are traveling all the time to Nasapur to go to school. And so daily they have to walk such a long distance to go to Nasapur.
Guruji's vision and idea about Belur was that this area is very poor. He came from a very poor background. And he knew that people here in the quarries, so like 40, 50, 60 villages just lived on the quarries, just cutting stones, the granite. And that the children at the age of 3, they were taken with their parents, sometimes 2, and they spent the whole day there. And the only income was breaking stones and granite. So there was actually no chance to get a better life. And his idea was education, a hospital, and then also bringing this idea of yoga into the schools here. When he opened his vision, it was very clear what it was about. He said, there's the primary school down in the village. My family did, and I also took care of it. I built a town hall. I will reconstruct all temples so that they have social life. And my vision is to have like a high school, a hospital, a boarding house. I want the college in the long run. And I would like, my deepest wish is that with the education, that people overcome the misery of just staying here, being just victims of their own environment.
Guruji always wanted to do something for his birthplace and the people of Belur. For this, he established a trust in 2003 called Bellur Krishnamachar Seshamma Smaraka Nidhi Trust, named after his parents. The task was difficult. It needed great effort and support from people who loved Guruji and were willing to go out of their way to fulfill Guruji's vision. 3 people should be mentioned here who put their skin and bone for the task. One is Guruji's younger brother, Sri B.K. Cheluvarajan. His nephew, Sri T. Narasimhan. And his son-in-law, Sri Bhashyam Raghu.
My uncle actually would be visiting regularly to when the school was being built to supervise and see that it is executed. So he would travel all the way from Bangalore in mid 60s, late 60s by bus, public transport bus. Later he got his own scooter, so he would come on scooter on his own. In between, he would come sitting on the vegetable tempos. The tempos would be flying from here to Bangalore and Bangalore to here. So many times he came over a tempo also, sitting up at the backside of it. So he took lots of pain. So actually, we hold him in very high esteem. Although it is all Guruji's ideas, Guruji's brainchild, the real labor was put by my uncle, my youngest uncle, Chalvarajan. He took lots of pain. He worked really selfless. There was no gain for him, but for brothers' sake, because these two brothers, they were like Ram Lakshman. He revered his elder brother, and my father loved him a lot, being a younger brother. So their relationship was big material cause for all these things to actualize. See, everything doesn't happen by mere money and such resources. So he selflessly worked, and we all hold him in high esteem for that. Then he was president. But then, with his old age, and later he passed away. So when he passed away, somebody else had to be made president. Then it so happened my cousin, he was also very much interested. Actually, he worked for this complex and trust. So trust came up, and then my cousin Narsimhan, he played a major role in actualizing all these things, ideas, etc. He was quite brilliant, intelligent person because he was at the generation. So he had good ideas, and he was dedicated to his uncle. Um, my father also loved him as a nephew, and he played a major role for hospital, etc., school, college, etc., to get started, and therefore he played that important role after my uncle.
Bellur Krishnamachar Seshamma Smaraka Nidhi Trust is built up in a massive area of 23 acres, 1.5 kilometers away from the village Bellur.
2004. At that time, the villager asked, because we have only primary school here, we don't have the high school for further studies. Then Guru thought, why not we start the high school also? Then we approached the villagers and the government, and we have Jilla Panchayat. They, at that time, the Bairegoda was the MLA, our MLA, local MLA. He is very close to Guruji also. We approached him. He said that, okay, we informed the village people, and also we find out some 5 acres and above, whichever is government land is available. Then villagers have shown this land. It's about 15.5 acres. It was actually full of rocks only here, rockery hill, and it was allotted to the Koiri people. The villagers fought back and got back that land. That they shown us. We approached the government. Government has sanctioned this land. We purchased this land.
Under the roof of BKSSNT, Guruji established a high school, a hospital, a college, technical training center, a yoga hall, a boarding house, guest house, staff quarters, cafeteria, water tank, etc.
What happened, like Mr. Narasimhan suggested that as this was the trust named as Krishnamacharya Sheshamma Smarakanidhi Trust. So Mr. Narasimhan was again attached to my mother because she was his aunt. My father was Mama, she was Mummy. So he said to my father, why not Mama? We call this as a Ramamani Nagar. And he is the one who gave the name to the school. Ramamani Iyengar Pradeshala.
This is Ramamani Nagar. The statues of Goddess Lakshmi and Goddess Saraswati symbolize the hub for wealth of knowledge and wisdom. On entering the gates, you come across a beautiful water fountain and the tall Ashoka trees alongside the road, welcoming in to Ramamani Nagar. Ramamani Nagar is located in a picturesque locale, aloof from all kinds of pollution. It offers the visitors a great atmosphere to refresh and rejuvenate the body, mind, and the soul. BKSSNT has ensured that all the visitors to Ramamani Nagar get eco-friendly atmosphere, fresh air, and pure water. Every effort is being made to keep the atmosphere beautiful, serene, and peaceful. There are some beautiful flowers, organic fruit and vegetable gardens all around Ramamani Nagar.
Actually, it is full of rocky area only here. Even wherever when people have come for the Patanjali High School inauguration, they might have seen how this was. It's just like it's totally rocky area. And wherever the fertile land is there, we started making greenery. And rest of the even we construct almost all the buildings on the rock only. So we don't want to spoil the fertile land. Then actually it was part again SLK group, and he started. We want to make the greenery here. Then we gave approach, and we taken a lease of a lake. That is resilting of the lake project is there in Karnataka. We approached the government. We taken the one lake for resilting. From there, we lifted about 33,000 truckload of mud. So we filled about 3 to 4 feet of height of mud all over the rock.
Guruji's service to the village began before establishing the trust. He built the primary school in the village way back in 1969.
No, well before the trust came, maybe 1965-66, he felt that he should start a school, primary school here, which was the school was not there at all. So it all started. He raised some money to build a school in Belur, primary school. So that was, I think, started in 1966, and so it dawned upon him in maybe 2-3 years before that I should build a school here. Then he gave some demonstrations abroad to raise money for this. So he raised money, and primary school was started in 1966, 67. So there was no trust at that time. So it was given to the what you call the district, so government, the what you call local government, and so that's how it was started.
It is learned that girls of Belur were not pursuing studies after their grade 7 as there was no high school in the village. Some would accompany their parents to work, while some would assist their parents in domestic work. Guruji established Srimati Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar High School in the year 2005 with an intent to impart quality education to the villagers of Bellur.
Guruji has started this institution to give education to the rural children. Particularly surrounding areas, there are many villages. In fact, when Guruji has seen, they don't have even a primary school. They don't afford to send them to a school far away from this place. When he was there in that village, he has seen all such difficulties of the children. When he has grown up in Pune and decided to establish one hospital, one educational institution, the beginning he started high school and also that hospital, because rural people don't have either hospital facilities or educational facilities. In fact, in Belur itself, there was a government primary school. He donated about 80,000 rupees for that and upgraded up to 7th standard. Then he established his high school.
And Guruji, when he came once, I think for 15 days he stayed at the guest house. So every evening he used to go to the temple, recite Yoga Sutra. By that time, he used to ask me to go around the village and see that all the children are sent to our school. So I was doing the work that going around the village. We had the priest in the temple who had 2 daughters. So those 2 daughters accompanied me because I was not knowing which house, which road, where to go. And it was night, no lights. So 15 days we were there, and 15 days Guruji used to recite the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I used to go around the village and tell people if they have any problems. Because there was a hospital and the school, only 2 things were there. So are they facing any problem at the hospital, or are they facing problems in the school? And that time the strength of the school increased, because each and every house I had been, that you see that your child is sent to our school, not to other school. Because as Guruji has built a school for you and not for himself, it's for you. So please see that all your children, your kids and all, they come to our school.
The Trust is providing free education, free uniform and free books to the students of Srimati Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar High School. Well-experienced teachers and staff are provided to impart quality education at par with corporate schools. Free midday meal is provided to the students so that they don't have any hunger for food, but have the hunger for education and learning. Transportation facility is provided for students coming from distant places. The school built a yoga hall and a playground for health, physical fitness, and entertainment of students. Girls who were not studying beyond grade 7 are now pursuing higher studies. Realizing that there is no first aid or medical facility in the village, Guruji established Srimati Ramamani Sundararaja Memorial Hospital in the year 2005.
ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಆರ್ ವೀರಭದ್ರಯ್ಯ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಗರು ನಾವು ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಂದರೆ ಶುಗರ್ చాలా ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
The hospital provides free treatment, whereas medicines and diagnostic tests are provided at cost price. The hospital has gradually grown to a fully equipped daycare hospital with emergency wards, laboratory and pharmacy, with well-experienced doctors, trained nurses and lab technicians. The hospital is now ready with a general ward and fully equipped operation theatre that will begin its services soon. 28th November 2012, on the eve of Guruji's 94th birthday, as per his tithi, Shrimati Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar Memorial PUC College was inaugurated with great fanfare. It was a glittering event with the Governor of Karnataka presiding as the chief guest, followed by some of the ministers of the state and centre, an industrialist Rahul Bajaj, and hundreds of Iyengar yoga practitioners from all over the world. This is the Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar PUC and Degree College. Over 180 students pursue their academics every year in this college. The college is a state-of-the-art building with open corridors, spacious classrooms, and ample ventilation and lighting. It is fully equipped with state-of-the-art infrastructure like an ultra-modern science lab, computer lab, and library at par with any corporate college of Bengaluru. It was a proud moment for Guruji as students of his school left 4,000 participants along with the governor and other dignitaries awestruck with their performance of dance and asanas.
Since 1976 up to 2005, there was no high school here. The adults and age is so important for the youngsters to build up, to construct their character. It was not available here. So I thought that adolescent life should not be wasted. I made up my mind to give the high school so that the students who are educated here shine, reflect like a silver, ever pure and ever clean. After the high school, Rajiv Bajaj told me, what is the use of guiding the children to 10th standard because they cannot get any benefit. Even he said, I will go out of my way to request IT people to come and help the students here. For that, he said, the college is essential. So he took the initiative, and I'm grateful to him, and I hope this junior college soon develop into a graduation college. And I hope the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor help for this to become a permanent graduate college. Friends, I can speak on yoga, but this is not the time for me. But you saw the children giving a demonstration. So here, the condition in the primary school, high school, and colleges that admission will be given to those who undertake yoga. Vidya today has become a commercial subject. Unfortunately, all over India, they collect money so much where poor people cannot even live, find 2 meals a day. So I thought that I should give free education to high school, and then when they go to college, that minimum charge should be charged because they cannot learn. So here is a modern presentation where we are not asking money as a donation for the college entry, but give them a chance so that they not only learn knowledge, but also keep their body, which is the capital of their growth, held in a happy and healthy state. Why I started this school was when I went to England in 1954, I could not speak English. So it was a big handicap that I could not face the public. Uneducated quality, the weakness of uneducation, I understood that. So I thought that having not educated myself, let me provide the rural, poorest of the poor, lowest of the low, to be educated so that they do come to the level of the evolutionary people or enlightened people of the cities and towns. Ravi Bajaj has inspired you to go to the college, but you have to study with perspiration along with inspiration so that you become the what you call the crystals in the field of education. God bless you.
The Trust realized the importance of imparting technical and vocational training and had established a technical training institute. On 30th May 2014, Guruji inaugurated Srimati Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar Technical Training Institute. The Trust ensured that necessary equipments and well-experienced trainers are made available to meet the growing demands of the modern industrial setup. They entered into a collaboration with the leading manufacturing company, Bosch, to impart training and employment of its students in various factories and industries around. Srimati Ramamani Sundararaja Iyengar Technical Training Institute received the honor of being the second best training center for the year 2017-2018 among 64 such training institutions all over India by Bosch. A beautiful yoga hall is built with a capacity to accommodate over 250 students. It has a combination of ancient wisdom and modern architecture, with abundant space and ventilation required for the practitioners.
You know, the thing is, what happened, this idea came when he first visited China. He came from China. After China, he came here in Belur. And he said that, look, there's so much of land, I think we can build a yoga center or something like that, by which I think we can bring the Chinese group and other groups here, and I will teach them. I did not go to China, but I will teach them here. This happened, I think, when was he? 90? When he was 93 years or something like that. Then it did not get materialized, because we also have to think about all the things. You know, they're building a hall, then all infrastructure, this and that and everything. So then what happened, Guruji's, if you remember, it was Guruji's 95th birthday. Mr. Parth Amin announced on his birthday that I will take an initiation and I will build the yoga hall. Because he discussed it with Parth Amin. Parth Amin was sitting here, Guruji was sitting here, and they discussed about, you know, that is I think during his 94th birthday, because this guest house was there. And he said that we need not go to China, let the Chinese people come here, let the other people come here, and I will guide the other teachers how to teach.
It was again a great effort to build up the yoga hall. There was a huge monolithic rock on which the yoga hall is built.
Yeah, Mr. Parth Amin, he was in Pune originally, and that time even he wanted to make something for Guruji. Out of true devotion for his Guru. And he wanted to create some institute or something. Then after that he came here. Then when he heard about Guruji's idea that it would be nice to make a retreat place here, then he walked forward. So Guruji gave the ideas and he brought really, as I told you, he brought the top of the top architects, builders. Most of them, they were Indians, top class architects and builders from India who are working in Dubai, making the big constructions and hotels. He brought all of them here. And this area was very difficult to build because it was a huge rock. Nobody could believe that it could be done. But well, when there is a will, there is a way. They found to make it. And you see, this area is very special. The architect checked everywhere here. And he built it in a way that you see, even when it is very hot outside, yoga room, if you open those upper windows, it is regularly a breeze here. It is never hot. Because the whole space is open till those lands behind them. So he was really coming regularly. He put best of his assistants also coming, checking regularly construction. Guruji's son-in-law, Raghu, also was working very, very hard because he was observing the construction.
The whole idea of the structure, Guruji was very good architect. I mean, the whole idea how this structure should be done, how there must be a residential area, etc. was given by Guruji, but this gentleman brought the architects and they made the plan. Then Guruji was sending me many times. I came to, because I had that experience of making the retreats, yoga retreats in France, other countries. And he told you also, you go, you have some experience where you can suggest them the things. So then the plans went very well and this area was built. Guruji unfortunately didn't see the end of the work. But his idea was that this area becomes a type of retreat place that regularly his students, his senior students come and teach here, and the people from everywhere come and practice yoga.
It has become a home for all the national and international Iyengar Yoga students and practitioners to learn yoga. Teachers all over the world come here along with their students and share their knowledge and expertise.
So find out the parameters for this dog pose will be different in terms of what you must attain, what must be surfaced, what should be actualized, how long it should be done, how long it can be should be persisting, what should be sought after this dog pose. So these are different parameters. You can undo and redo on your own. Do the exhalative process, inhalative process, retentive process. Again, give that overhauling to your embodiment. It will overhaul your body, overhaul your mind, overhaul your breathing, overhaul your skeletal-muscular, physical and anatomical body, overhaul your organic body. Now find out what is the caliber of Shirshasana, what are the dynamics of Shirshasana, the drive, motive, motion, execution, purpose.
You see, I teach all over the world. Now I am retiring.
And I make this type of retreats in France since that was also the idea was given by Guruji. That time he told that the Western people, they don't know how to go to holiday. They go to holidays, they sleep very late, they eat wrong, they drink wrong, and when they come back from holidays, they are more tired than when they left. So we have to create yoga holidays for them. That was his original idea. And we began the yoga retreats in France in 1986. And after that, I met in many, many different countries in the world, in Israel, Japan, even China, America, South America, very, very Poland, many countries of the world, this type of the retreat. I tell you very honestly, without any exaggeration, this place is unique in its kind. Everything is there for a successful yoga retreat. The air is there, the cleanliness is there, the structure is done for yoga. In other places, we have, to adjust. Here, everything has been done for yoga. Food is excellent, organization is excellent, and you see, it is really wonderful. People, they come here, they just fall in love, and I see all people who live here, they have only one idea when to come back and how to come back. So it is a very great place. I think that it will be an amazing place for Iyengar Yoga in the world.
Ramamani Nagar has great facilities to offer for the visitors coming from all over the world for yoga retreats. It offers world-class accommodation facilities for participants with healthy and hygienic food.
Well, to be honest, so we bring people here to not only to experience, but to live this spirit with us for a couple of weeks. This is outstanding, and you can only convey it through experience. I'm always happy when the teachers come and they are here and they experience it themselves, because you cannot convey it. I can send lots of letters, I can send lots of photos. What is really inspiring is to be here. And I trust that the next generation will be so inspired just by coming here, that also the future is clear.
Guruji's vision for Belur has now begun to reap rewards. Students are now excelling in various fields. This is Chaitra, a commerce faculty for BCom students in Srimati Ramamani Iyengar Degree College. She was the student of Ramamani Iyengar High School. Budding talents and child prodigies have been identified and encouraged so that they prosper in their fields of interest. Gajendra, Santosh, Sunita, Prashant, Venkat, and Lavanya, who performed on college inauguration, are now trained as yoga teachers and are teaching school children and villagers of Belur.
proud of them. They were doing all so many postures, which many of the urban kids cannot do it. He was very, very happy. And he used to sit, while they were practicing, he used to sit, he used to guide them.
We didn't, first of all, we saw, of course, first thing what we saw here was the primary school, the Patanjali temple, and we had the vision of Guruji. And it's incredible how it developed. And it's outstanding, as I said already. And the development will be, for me, as I said, there's no limit to it. So one should not say it stops there. We see the young adults at the college so self-aware of themselves, so much self-confidence. How nice this is. Not that they are not hiding, but they are someone. And I think this is very important, to make them so aware of themselves, their capacities and their abilities. And this is really sponsoring. This is helpful.
Guruji built and renovated some of the most important temples of Belur. On 31st of October 2004, Guruji inaugurated the world's first Patanjali temple.
The villagers asked that there should be a community hall outside the school. So the land which belonged to one Mr. Betappa, who is in the village, who looked after our land and all. So he said, okay, you could take this land and you can build a community hall. The architecture came and design was done, everything was done, and now we were supposed to do the Bhumi Puja and the construction to be done. Again, fortunately, the architect told us that don't build your community hall. Because if you want to build a community hall, how many floors you built it, up to that you have to go for your fire. So if it is 20 feet, go down 10. So it was a quite expensive affair. So we were all, myself, my husband, Guruji, Prashant, and Mr. Nasiman, my uncle, all were worried, So, we have thought that if we can do something for the village, and now we cannot do it. Then Prashant said, we can have an idea that there is no Patanjali temple anywhere in the world. So let us build a Patanjali temple. He went to Guruji and said, why can't we do that and we have a Patanjali temple? And Guruji said, fantastic idea. And then we thought of that. And then we came to know from the villagers, during the Mahabharata time, Kunti prepared the food at Ekachakrapura, food for Bakasura. That was her kitchen, and there she prepared the food and sent that food to Bhima, to the place where Bakasura was living. So that is called Kunti's kitchen. So that Kunti's kitchen was converted into Patanjali temple.
A beautifully carved, 3 feet black stone idol of Patanjali is installed in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple. The Patanjali temple complex consists of 800-year-old Hanuma temple. Along with this, there is a temple dedicated to Valmiki, the renowned author of the epic Ramayana. There is also a temple dedicated to Navagrahas within the temple complex. Shiva Temple in Belur is one of the ancient temples with great history. It is an undertaking of Muzrai, a government body taking care of temples from the time of Tipu Sultan, now a religious and charitable endowment body run by the government of Karnataka. This temple was in complete ruins. With the assistance and insistence of Guruji, Shiva Temple was renovated by the Muzrai in the year 2012. The repairs and renovations were done without disturbing the base structure of the temple. On entering the temple, you will find a tall Dvajastambha made of a single stone. The temple must have been built in 1150 AD. According to the inscriptions found on the rock platform, the Dvajastambha was built by Hiriya Veera in 1532 AD. Across the Dvajastambha is the Dwara Mantapa to enter into the Navaram. There are 2 pillars to the Dwara Mantapa. The architecture of the temple is of Dravida style. It has a wide Navarang with 6 pillars. The Garbhagruha or Sanctum Sanctorum is on the west. The temple is also known as Kanneshwara Temple and Somaya Devara Temple. It is said that Linga was installed by Kanva Rishi, hence the name Kanneshwara. A Nandi is installed on the east facing the Lord. It is a delight to watch the sunlight falling on the back of the Nandi during sunrise. There is a temple dedicated to goddess Parvati besides the Shiva temple and a Ganapati temple at southwest of the temple complex. Varadaraja temple is at the center of the village. It was built by King Narasimha of Hoysala dynasty in the year 1153 AD. The temple flourished till the 16th century due to the efforts of the then kings, their vassals, and other noble members of the royal family. The temple was on the verge of falling into a state of ruin due to the vagaries of nature over a long period of time. Varadaraja temple was very close to Guruji's heart. It was really important for him, and therefore he decided to renovate the temple and bring back its lost glory.
Actually, presiding deity in the temple was Sri Varadaraja Swami and Sri Devi and Bhudevi Tayar. So, in the evening, from the treasury, these all idols came for having, to have the puja in the temple. So, when everyone we thought, because they always said that it is the Rama temple and Rama temple. So, Guruji got shocked. It was not Rama. Hanuman was there. Sri Varadaraja Swami was there. Sri Devi, Bhudevi, Tayar. Guruji said, where is Rama? And the villagers said, this is the Rama. And This we used to say that this is Rama, and we were doing all the festivities to this idol. And then I think Guruji thought, no, I have to go for Rama temple. Because before that, near Rama temple, they were asking for the community hall. And all the time, Guruji, whenever I used to visit Belur, what happened to the community hall? Tell us, when are we going to build? And suddenly when Guruji saw that it's not a Rama, there is no Rama idol there, he said, I will not have a community hall, but I will go and build a temple.
The ancient Garuda Stamba is now restored back to its glory. The bell-shaped pillars found in the Navarang were restored as they belong to the period of Hoysala dynasty. The base and the walls consist of Tamil and Kannada inscriptions from 12th to 16th centuries, reflecting the history of the temple. The Sanctum Sanctorum has been retained in the renovated temple. The inner enclosure has been extended on either sides, creating more space to accommodate more deities. The main structure of the temple was 8 feet and has now been raised to 11 feet. The idols of Lord Rama with goddess Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuma have been installed in the Sanctum Sanctorum. The extended space is resplendent with the idols of Lord Varadaraja, accompanied by his consorts, Shri Devi and Bhudevi.
Lord Sudarshana, Lord Narasimha, Varavaraminigal, Prativadi Bhayankara Annan, Nammalvar, and Andal.
The newly built Vimana Gopura on the main entrance has the idols depicting the 10 incarnations of Vishnu and several other idols portraying the specialities of Sri Vaishnava philosophy.
I think we started doing the work in February. And when the first slab came up, the villagers saw a big crack in it. And they telephoned us saying that there is a big crack, so something has to be done and all. So the builder, the temple builder, he said that I will not do it till it has been proved by the lab. And it took about 2 to 3 months. And we could not proceed. We could not proceed the work. And Guruji all the time asking us, have you finished the work? How far it has come? The first slab has come and now inside the work is going on. You have to tell him a lie, because if you tell something, he just will get upset. And we're just telling him all the time, he was calling, I was telling him what to do, We could not do anything because he said, till the lab report comes, I will not do any work. And fortunately, the lab report came and it was his fault. So we had to again put the new slab on it. And when the new slab was put, during that time, my 2 brother-in-laws, they came for the wedding here in Bangalore and they visited. And they took the pictures and everything. They went back home, they showed it, and Guruji was very much upset. Why are you playing with me? What happened? Nothing has been happened to the temple, and November, you are saying that definitely November you are completing. What is this? I have no faith in you, he told me. Don't worry, by November everything will get over. We didn't tell you because there was so much worries we had and we didn't want to tell you about it. But don't worry, by November everything will get over. He said, I will believe you. You're saying that definitely? Yes. During your 95th birthday, we will see that the temple is finished. That was his wish, that the Rama temple should be built. The wish was during his lifetime, and if it's not built during his lifetime, it is we children should see that it has been built. But luckily, during his 94th birthday, the Rama temple was ready. And when he came to Belur, he was so happy that temple was ready and the new guest house was ready. Even that he was not knowing. It was surprise for him. And it was surprise for everyone. Even my brother-in-law, when they had come, yes, some construction is going on, but they didn't know that it is the guest house. But when Guruji came and entered into the old guest house to new guest house, he was so surprised. What is this? I never knew that I will be entering into a new house.
On the auspicious Friday, the 23rd of November 2012, Guruji inaugurated the Ramanatha temple in a glittering ceremony amidst his family, students from all over the world, and the people of Belur. Guruji, Shri BKS Iyengar, with his own hands performed Prana Pratishtha of Lord Rama, Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuma. Guruji dedicated the temple with divine presence to the people of Belur to worship and be blessed by the Lord. The development did not stop at Ramamani Nagar, but has spread to the entire village of Belur.
Yes, he was happy. Whatever the Belur has been, look, 2-story building. Have you seen when we came first? Have you seen any 2-story buildings? Now you see the 2-story buildings. He used to tell us. He used to sit outside the guest house. He used to look at the village. And he used to tell us, look how beautiful it looks. And at night, everywhere the lights were there. So he used to say, see, the whole Belur has electricity. Belur has changed completely. When during the Patanjali temple, the Belur village, even the electricity was not there in the houses. Roads were not there. I think we were supposed to pay something 1,000 rupees or 10,000 or something like that. 1 lakh, sorry. 1 lakh to the panchayat. The panchayat said that if we pay 1 lakh, they will give the roads to the village. And you will see that now the village has all tar road, which before that, during Patanjali temple, they were not. There were no vehicles. And now you see, so many vehicles, even we cannot walk on the street late in the evening because they all park on the roads. Cars, tractors, lorries, auto rickshaws, everything.
The son of the soil has fulfilled his duty for his motherland, Belur.
Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha Vaijñānika Sishyakatve Kalākārāsaneshu Yaha Yoga-bhyāse ca Tattvajña Stam Vande Sundaram Gurum Yoga Vriksho Lokesmin Varjito Yasya Preheranaya Yogacharya Gurave Sundararya Namo Namaha.